Hey, how you doing? I'm Jimmy the Greek, and sitting next to me is a man who knows more about college basketball than anybody I've ever met. Coach Jim Valvano. Jimmy V, how are you?
Greek, I'm fantastic. You know why? Because it's January. Conference play is heating up. The pretenders are getting exposed, and the contenders are starting to separate. This is when college basketball gets real. And this is when the money gets real, too. We got undefeated teams on the ropes. We got injury situations the books haven't adjusted for, and we got some of the best matchups of the season coming up. Let's get into it. Before we do, Greek, I got to address the elephant in the room. You went 3-4 on NBA last night. What happened?
Don't remind me. SGA was listed out. Chet Holmgren was listed out. I made San Antonio +8 the lock of the night. And what happens? Both guys suit up. SGA drops 34, and the Thunder win by 21. That's the risk with injury plays, Coach. When the information changes at game time, you're cooked.
See, that's why I love college basketball. You know who's injured. You know who's suspended. These kids ain't making game time decisions based on load management. If a guy's hurt, he's out.
And speaking of hurt, wait until you hear about Arizona State and Baylor. These programs are decimated. But first, let's talk about the big one. Purdue hosting Iowa, Wednesday night, Big Ten Network.
Oh, this is a beautiful basketball game. You got Purdue, 15-1, ranked 5th in the country, elite offensive efficiency. And you got Iowa, a team that wants to run. The Hawkeyes don't care about your game plan. They're going to push tempo and make it a track meet.
The books opened this at Purdue -10.5 with a total of 142.5. But here's what the machine is telling me. The model projects 155 combined points. That's 12.5 points over the posted total. You're looking at a 70% hit rate on the over.
And that makes sense when you watch how these teams play. Purdue's gone over in 4 straight. Iowa's hit the over in 3 of 4. Neither team wants to slow down. Purdue wants to feed the post and get easy buckets. Iowa wants to launch threes in transition. Both styles produce points.
Purdue's 9-7 against the spread this year, and not great for a top 5 team. Iowa's 11-5. So if you're taking the points with the Hawkeyes, history says that's the right side. But the play here is the over. Over 142.5. High confidence.
Now, Greek, let's talk about a game where the spread might not be high enough. Arizona at Arizona State. Wednesday night, 10:30 Eastern on FS1.
Coach, Arizona State has 7 injured players. 7. Marcus Adams Jr. is out 7 to 10 days. 3 guys have season-ending injuries. This ain't a college basketball team. This is a rec league squad.
And they're playing the number 1 team in the country. Arizona is 16-0 with the second best net rating in college basketball. This is a rivalry game, sure, but rivalry games only matter when both teams can compete. Arizona State physically cannot compete right now. The spread is going to be around Arizona -15, and honestly, that might be too low. When you're missing that many players against a team this good, you're not just going to lose. You're going to get embarrassed. I'm taking Arizona and laying the points. They might win by 25. The only concern is the look ahead. Arizona's got bigger games coming, but Coach Tommy Lloyd doesn't let his team sleepwalk. They'll be ready.
All right, Coach, let's jump to Thursday. And I know you love the women's game. Texas at South Carolina, number 4 versus number 2. This is a war.
Greek, this might be my favorite matchup of the week. You got so many layers here. Texas just lost their first game of the season at LSU. They're on the second night of a back-to-back road trip. Their coach, Vic Schaefer, publicly criticized the SEC scheduling. You can feel the frustration.
In South Carolina, they're at home with revenge on their mind. Texas beat them 66-64 in the Players Era tournament back in November. The Gamecocks remember that.
Now here's the injury factor. South Carolina lost Ashlyn Watkins for the season. Torn ACL. She was averaging 7.2 points, 6.4 rebounds, and almost 2 blocks per game. That's a significant loss.
But Coach, tell me about Tania Latson, because she's back, right?
She is, and that changes things. Latson played 20 minutes against Georgia and scored 9 points. She's not 100%, but she's a weapon. And more importantly, South Carolina has depth. Dawn Staley always has players ready to step up.
So here's the situation. Texas is tired, frustrated, and walking into one of the toughest environments in women's basketball. Colonial Life Arena is hostile. South Carolina is at home, motivated, and has had time to adjust without Watkins. I'm taking South Carolina regardless of the spread.
The X's and O's favor South Carolina too. Texas relies heavily on Madison Booker and Rory Harmon. South Carolina's defense is going to make life miserable for those two. And when Texas gets frustrated, they force shots. That plays right into South Carolina's hands.
South Carolina. Lock it in. Now let's talk Louisville at Notre Dame. Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern on ACC Network.
Greek. Louisville's injury situation is concerning. Their freshman point guard, Michael Brown Jr., is out. Their leading scorer, Ryan Conwell, is only probable with a knee issue. And Connie Ruths is questionable with an illness. That's 3 rotation players in question.
Louisville is 6-0 in ACC play, but they've been doing it with a full roster. Now they got to go on the road against Notre Dame and potentially play without key pieces.
And Notre Dame has Hannah Hidalgo. Greek, this kid just dropped 31 points on North Carolina. She's a Wooden Award candidate. She can take over a game by herself.
So what's the play here, Coach?
I'd wait until closer to tip. If Conwell is out, not just probable, but out, I'm taking Notre Dame. Hidalgo at home against a depleted Louisville team, that's a recipe for an upset. But if Louisville's guys play, it's murkier.
Good advice. Monitor the injury report. Make your decision at 5 p.m. If Conwell sits, take Notre Dame. If he plays, lean Louisville, but don't go crazy.
Now here's a game where we don't need to wait for injury news because we already know the situation. Kansas hosting Baylor on Friday.
Coach, Baylor is missing 6 players. 6! Maycall Perez is done for the year with a knee injury. J.J. White is out with a foot injury. Dan Skillings Jr. is doubtful. They've got 2 guys redshirting. This team is running on fumes.
And they're walking into Allen Fieldhouse. Greek, you know what Allen Fieldhouse does to teams. It's one of the most intimidating environments in college sports. The crowd is on top of you. The noise is deafening. And Kansas is good this year.
The spread is probably going to be Kansas -3 to -5 at home. And I'm telling you, that's not enough. Baylor can't go 8 or 9 deep right now. They're going to run out of gas in the second half. Kansas covers easy.
From a basketball standpoint, Kansas is going to attack Baylor's thin front court. They're going to pound it inside, draw fouls, and put Baylor's big men in foul trouble early. When you're already shorthanded and your guys start picking up fouls, it's over.
Kansas, lay the points. Don't overthink it.
Now, Greek, I want to talk about a team that's making history. Michigan.
Oh, I love this. Michigan's efficiency margin on KenPom is plus 39.43. You know what that means? That's the second highest rating ever recorded. Only 1999 Duke was better.
That Duke team had Elton Brand, Corey Maggott, William Avery, Trajan Langdon, and Shane Battier. That's 5 future NBA players. And Michigan is putting up numbers that compare to that squad.
Michigan is at Washington on Wednesday night. The projected spread is -11.8, but Michigan has been winning by an average of 35.5 points over their last 10 games. The books haven't caught up yet.
There's some injury concern. Yaxel Lendeborg has a calf issue. Namari Burnett has an eye injury. Both left the USC game early. If they're out, you got to be careful.
But if they play, Michigan is the side. They're just on a different level right now. And
now, Greek, before we wrap up, I want to mention a trend that's been printing money. Home favorites in the Mountain West.
Coach, since 2019, home favorites in the Mountain West are 320 and 81 straight up. That's an 80% cover rate. 80%. When you see a Mountain West home favorite, you bet it. Simple as that.
It makes sense. These are tough places to play. The altitude in some of these gyms, the travel for visiting teams, the passionate fan bases. The Mountain West home court advantage is real.
All right, let me give everybody the recap. Here are the plays. Purdue-Iowa over 142.5. High confidence. Both teams run, both teams score. Arizona -15 or whatever the number is against Arizona State. The Sun Devils have 7 injured players. This is a mismatch. South Carolina over Texas in women's basketball. Texas is tired, frustrated, and walking into a hostile environment. South Carolina has revenge motivation. Kansas minus whatever they give you against Baylor on Friday. The Bears are missing 6 players and walking into Allen Fieldhouse. Monitor Louisville's injury situation before Notre Dame. If Conwell is out, take Notre Dame. If he plays, lean Louisville. And Michigan, if Lindeborg and Burnett are healthy. Their efficiency numbers are historic.
And remember, folks, conference play is where you really learn about these teams. The pretenders get exposed. The contenders rise to the top. This is the best time of year in college basketball.
Coach V, always a pleasure.
Greek, the pleasure's mine. Now let's go make some money.
That's what we do. Bet smart, bet with an edge, and never, ever bet more than you can afford to lose.
And hey, don't give up. Don't ever give up.
I love it. This is Jimmy the Greek and Coach Jim Valvano. We'll talk to you next time.